Let's create pull request. So this month it's not over, but quite close to the end, and I got twice as less commits than in previous month. Some would say that my performance dropped, which is fair, but on the other hand I just got less stuff to do. All I'm doing is just extra features, which are not necessarily quite crucial as what I got in Unison right now. So yeah, I think it's a good sign rather than bad sign. I mean, if we being completely honest, if you try to develop your product in a way that you should always work hard, it means that your product is not improving, not in terms of what it's trying to achieve and not in terms of how the whole infrastructure is being developed, right? Of course, there are some moments when you got lots of users and you need to make some adjustments to your system. But overall, I think if you work hard today just to work harder tomorrow, I think it makes no sense if you want to build good quality product, because it means that all you're doing today is you're not getting closer to what I would call maintenance stage of the product. So yeah, and also it's just pathetic in my eyes, or I don't know, just seems like weird thing. Then you work hard just to just to keep it that way. This is why I'm not really a big fan of sprints, not a big fan of agile movement, because it encourages you always to try work at the same pace, which is not good. Of course, you always try to find places where you need to improve your product, but over time it should be less and less of a... I mean, I would say the input. Of course, you work hard every day in terms of what you try to achieve. Like, you're trying to achieve some sort of quality, and it's hard over time to find some issues. And since it's harder to find some issues, it's harder to create commits. Maybe you're not looking hard enough, or maybe it's just less of the bugs in the system because it's getting mature and mature. But yeah, I think it's a good sign when the number of commits drops rather than it stays the same or grows. It means that your productivity in the past pays off, and you built quite a flexible system where you just need to have base level of maintenance, and you're not trying to prove something, like you're not trying to add endless number of features just to conquer the world or something like that. So yeah, overall I'm quite happy with that. And yeah, hopefully in the future, of course it's not gonna be always like this, because there will be always some work to be done. It's just the reality of life. But in general, I think my personal dream, is just to achieve some stability in terms of, like, if I need that some feature, I can easily do this. But most of the time, I'm just gonna make sure that the quality always stays the same, and I'm not looking for extra job to do, because the more the more work I do, it means the more code in the system, and the more code, it means that I need to think about how maybe to delegate over time this work, and I really don't want to involve other programmers in my project, because this is not something I would enjoy doing, and I need to be sure that everything as simple as possible, so that only me can maintain this thing. So I think, yeah, otherwise I will just not enjoy doing this project, because it won't worth it. Let's put it that way. And I'm enjoying because I'm doing it alone and nobody disturbs me. Of course, you might think that I'm kind of like scared of other people's opinion, but I wouldn't say that I'm scared. I just don't really care about their opinions. I know that 99% of them would think my code is garbage. It's worth nothing, but the reality is that over the more than 3 years I've been developing this product, and it's got, well, first of all, it's completed. It's well maintained. It has fewer bugs, at least by now. Maybe when user base grows, I will find more and more bugs, but nonetheless, I'm extremely happy with test coverage. I'm extremely happy with the code quality, although I have some thoughts on improving that as well. And overall, I'm happy. How many programmers out there you find, they quite happy with the product they've been building? I doubt that you would find. And how many of them you found that really, deep in their hearts are really proud of the quality of the product? I mean, maybe I'm fooling myself, maybe not, but if the person happy, I think it doesn't matter what other people think, and yeah. So we'll see. I think that's it for today, and I'm pretty sure. Let me think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that I've done this thing. Let me open the Unison project. I think I haven't merged it yet. Or maybe I did. Okay, yeah, I did. Seems like. Alright. Yeah. Yeah, and how many projects you've seen, like almost 60% HTML and almost 40% JavaScript. I doubt that you have seen that many projects like this with such readme files, although of course I need to add more details, and also like to deployment and local development. It's just nice to have those things, but yeah, overall extremely happy, and of course I will be improving many details, but it's routine work which I really like. So yeah, the next thing we can continue with handling dynamics, because I now support tracks, crosswise tracks, which is good. I also explored some stuff that can be helpful for pedaling, for probably for other type of effects, which is good. And also I figured like how dynamics works, I guess. But yeah, we'll see. Last time I did something here, it didn't work at all. So we'll try to figure out what's going on there. Yeah. Alright, so yeah. Let me just pull the changes. Yeah, let me just apply the stash and next time I will probably continue. I think I'm gonna take a week off from the streams and from the work in general. Not completely, of course, but for media expert for sure. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm quite optimistic, although I wouldn't say that it will be easy walk, considering that I need to think a lot about media player at the end and etc. But you know, overall, I'm quite happy with the progress. Here's the code. It's quite long, but for the things it does, it's quite, I would say, short. I mean, 600 lines, it's not long for such complicated thing, but of course it will grow. I'll extract some of the constants, of course. I will try to aggregate lines more clearly. Not sure, but overall, when you develop something complex, it's always required to read the code, because otherwise you wouldn't understand it. And of course, I would probably write a paper for it, like for everything else, in the future when I got a lot more time. But yeah, I think that's about it.